Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we will presentation about past perfect continuous in the passive voice. But before that, we will introduce ourselves. My name is Kade Andal Martadi Priyanugraha, and my friends.
Ade Aryasta Mahayasa, and then
Mustika ada di Prajakusuma.
Okay, now let's start the presentation. The first, what is the passive voice? In general, we tend to use the active voice. That is when a subject does an action to an object. Like example of active voice, somebody stole my laptop. In this sentence, we know the subject is somebody, the action or verb is stole, and the object is my laptop. But the passive voice is used when we want to emphasize the action or the verb and the object of sentence rather than subject. This means that the subject is either less important than the action itself, or that we don't know who or what the subject is. For our example in the passive voice, my laptop was stolen. The object now become the subject, is the my laptop, and the action was stolen. In another example, active voice, someone killed 20 civilians in the bomb explosion. But in the passive voice, 20 civilians were killed in the bomb explosion. Forming the passive voice, each tense has its own passive voice, which is created by using a form of the auxiliary verb to be plus verb T or past participle. Now my friends Dedi want to presentation about past perfect continuous.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. And then I will explain about past perfect continuous. What is the past perfect continuous? The past perfect continuous tenses, also known as the past perfect progressive tense, show that an action that starts in the past continue up until another time in the past. This formula construction had plus been plus verb ing. You all can see the picture at the PowerPoint. Past, present, and future. And next, for example, a positive sentence. You had been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived. Next, negative sentence. You had not been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived. Finally, the interrogative sentence. Had you been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived? Okay, I want to say sorry if I do some mistake in our presentation. And then my friend explained about past perfect continuous and passive voice.
okay, thanks, Dedi. And then past perfect, continuous, and passive voice. Construction: had plus been plus being plus past participle. Example 4. Number 1, I had been being spoken. Number 2, we had been being spoken. Number 3, you had been being spoken. Number 4, you or guys had been being spoken. And number 5, he or she or it had been being spoken. And number 6, then had been being spoken. Next, that another example. Number 1, a flying object had been being observed for over 2 hours last Friday night. Number 2, something really bizarre had been being shown at the show. Number 3, my sister were the ones who had been being employed by their boss. Number 4, the Earth had been being spun into orbit for as long as science knows. Number 5, a computer virus had been being established for 5 hours before the time operating the firewall manager manager to the stop in it from getting into the system. And uh, positive sentence English had been being learned by them since 2011. And negative sentence English had not been being learned by them since 2011. And integrative sentence English been English been being learned by since 2011. And another example you can see in the PowerPoint. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ariesta. So that is the presentation. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope this presentation will help you to learn about past perfect continuous tense in the passive voice. Goodbye and see you later.